Alright, we got Night Slayer back for revenge for Dark Shadow.
Is this the warm-up round? Got both players kind of waiting on their openers. No PCs. Tricky, just kind of figuring out how they want to upstack this. Playing the warm-up rounds a little slower. Kind of getting a little more into the flow. This offense. Night Slayer trying to find this counter spike. Looking for this combo.
Yeah, both players taking it very easy right now.
Yeah, keeping it calm, under 2 PPS. Night Slayer just seeing how they can find these counter spikes.
Yeah,
Trying to work their way through this clean garbage. Both people playing pretty efficiently. About as efficient as I'd expect for a Tetrio player on JSTRIS.
Night Slayer gets pressured out. Yeah, I think one thing that players might get surprised by is like the lack of like garbage gets segmented. Everything gets sent to you at once, so like you can't just tank 8 lines and then do something to save yourself. Night Slayer barely survived.
I'm sure that does affect the games, but it's not really something I think I would ever like think about when playing. It's just kind of something that happens.
It's not too major. It just happens sometimes, and you get surprised. I like what surprised like JSTRIS players when they play Tetrio is being topped out by because you could place because pieces spawn like row 22 or something.
Yeah. So they're never used to placing it above row 20.
Yeah, like normally like every time
a real top out mechanic. Yeah.
You survive. Like the only way you can top yourself out like that is by spinning the piece.
Because it's because in JSTRIS anything above row 20 is completely invisible.
Night Slayer with a pretty good combo.
Good combo. Look at how much cheese Tricky has on their board.
Yeah. Wasn't ready for it at all.
Best job canceling. Night Slayer has to do a lot of pressuring now. If they tank this cheese back, the game's just going to be really slow. They gotta end it now.
Fortunately, they decided to dig instead of sending damage.
Yeah, they don't seem to be trying to send all that much pressure.
Works out.
Yeah. It ends up just barely being enough though. Tricky with a big speed advantage. Did not use it well enough to downstack.
Nice Night Slayer with the Tetrio attack.
Yeah.
Fortunately, only sent 4 damage.
Oh, well, there was a combo bonus. It just wasn't multiplier level.
I think that would have sent like 13. Only sent like 8.
When the combo is really long, it usually ends up being very similar in how many lines it sends between Tetrio and JSTRIS. Because each line clearable sends more in JSTRIS, but then if you like ended it in a Tetris, that last send will send a lot more in Tetrio, but it usually ends up being about the same.
Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't really aware of that. It's kind of assumed that if you got multiplier, you'd it would suck more.
Well, Tricky now with this up stack just kind of left at the bottom of their board. They're going to take their first rounds with just solid, really fast pressure. 2.41 PPS again, just consistently, even through these longer rounds.
Yeah, Slayer taking a bit too easy. Have to step it up, or you'll just get consistently out pressured, like last round. Opts for an ill-advised STST, but doesn't really get punished.
Well, Tricky now going through their clean garbage, looking for efficient ways to clear through each line. Really just solid fundamental counter spiking. And especially because they can do it faster, everything they send will just have a little more power behind it. Slayer here is dealing with a lot of. Now Tricky is already at the bottom of their board looking for a way to send.
And Slayer looking to stay safe rather than go for the kill.
The longer they wait, the more control they're giving to Tricky just over the game. Slayer is purely reacting to what Tricky is doing.
Yeah, Slayer is hoping for something good. I'm sure he could set something up, but Tricky is not giving him time to do that. It's a pretty good spike.
Yeah, solid spike. Now Tricky has to end their up stack and go down. This is Slayer's time to start, picking up the offense.
It's time to dig down again and get ready for a Tricky spike. KBC, hurry up.
Get ready for hurry up garbage.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out in Slayer's favor, I guess, since they're more likely to be at a higher board height.
Well, Tricky is really struggling to get this down stack right now. And Slayer, they just kept their board cleaner. So now Slayer is up 2-1 after a really long rounds that went up to hurry up garbage. PCO from both sides. We see Tetris PC from both sides. Slayer tanks 2 lines for some reason.
Yeah,
the lag thing. I don't know. I don't know why Slayer would tank the 2 lines, but not Tricky.
Yeah, they do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think they did. It doesn't really make sense to me how that would happen. So just blame it on something totally arbitrary like lag, and no one can really argue against it.
Yeah, this is the kind of situation Slayer likes.
Yeah, when Slayer can actually turn the offense and the control over the game over to his side, things go well for him. Tricky doesn't really do well reacting to Slayer's garbage.
Yeah, but it has to be like that kind of situation
speed,
where everything falls into Slayer's lap.
Like you can see here, Tricky trying to downstack just ended up misdropping an L piece.
He can actually survive, but at this rate probably not.
No.
Oh, no, because he had 2 lines, so I think the Z would have been invisible, and he could have put one more piece down to survive. Well, like, he was probably still dead.
I think you're over theorizing this line clipping thing.
Yeah, probably. Well, it looked good though. Doesn't matter.
I don't think Trki cares about that rounds anymore. It's just give me the next rounds. I'm gonna upstack and totally destroy Slayer.
Yeah.
You can see 2.44 PPS. They're bursting this.
Yep.
And see, this is exactly what happens. Just let go of the last rounds. My time.
Yeah, he says my time, but he still has to catch up. It's 2-4.
Yeah, we've seen comebacks, no matter what the score says. Doesn't really matter until the very end.
Yeah, Slayer going for a TST, that's like very risky, especially for someone who's a lot slower. Spends a bit of time cleaning up. Alright, down select well. Able to cancel Triki's attack.
Trki up, misdropping at the top of their board. Slayer up 5-2 now.
Yeah.
Trki couldn't keep up the upstack pressure. Keep up that overwhelming, like, I don't even know what word to say for it. Just that threatening presence over the pace of the game.
Yeah, I mean, like
it really affects each player's decision making. When that strong offensive player can't keep it up, then everything really starts to fall apart from there. That's what they build everything on.
Yeah, like, ooh, then those misdrops don't help either. I think Trki has been, like,
I think Trki,
tired,
personally, I think Trki is tanking a little too many lines. But whatever Trki is sending, Slayer consistently seems unaffected.
Yeah, he's always ready.
And there, Trki finally getting a big spike in their favor. Score was 6-2. They need the 5-point comeback. Now, 4 points left.
Well, it starts now. Very Trki, getting some good offense going.
Yeah, we can see Slayer with this just clean down stack. Almost a perfect clear.
Yeah, that was very good. Now Triki's in trouble.
This is just clean up stacking.
Yeah.
Even with the speed disadvantage, it doesn't matter. Slayer is just doing more with each piece.
Yeah, very nice. He was
Lower
unable
PPS,
to
higher
go down.
APM. That's what matters. Night Slayer just kept a cleaner up stack, and even though he was using less pieces, each piece just meant way more.